Okay, so now we're going to be going over limits, and I'm going to use the same graph that we got for our last example. And I'm just going to draw it más o menos. When something like this. Something like that, right? And we have an asymptote here at x is equal to -3, at x is equal to +3, and then we have an oblique asymptote at y is equal to x. Now, when we're talking about limits, guys, we've seen limits before, right? And where have you guys heard of limits before? Mean Girls. Yes, everybody's heard of the limits for Mean Girls, right? The limit does not exist. In this case, we can't have an example where the limit does not exist, so you're actually going to be able to understand that joke now. Let's say, for example, that we're working with limits, and I'm asking you the limit, and they're going to be asking you as it approaches your asymptote. So as x approaches, we're going to use 3. So this bit right here, we're going to be approaching 3 from the negative side, and the limit of f of x as x approaches 3 from the positive side. So as x approaches 3 from the negative side, that means you start off in the negative side. So which side is the negative side? The left side or the right side?
The left side.
The left side. So as I approach 3 from the left side, I'm going to just go ahead and write along the blue line, right? So I'm on the blue line and I'm going, I'm just following it. What happens the closer I get to 3?
Positive.
Are you sure? Where is it going, Sebastian? It's going towards negative infinity. So you just say negative infinity. Okay, and the closer I get to 3 as I approach from the positive side, so I'm, again, just writing the little blue line, and I'm getting closer and closer to positive 3. What happens to my graph? It goes up towards what? Positive what? There you go. So there you go. It goes up towards positive infinity. Now, when they say the limit does not exist is when it doesn't go towards one specific spot. So, for example, let's say I said the limit of f of x as x approaches 3, but I don't specify from which side, right? I don't say from the left side or from the negative side, from the positive side, from the right side. I don't say anything like that. That means from both sides. So let me ask you, when I approach positive 3 from these two different sides, do they go towards one spot together? What do they go towards? Two different spots, right? So is there a single one spot that they'll meet up at? The answer is no. So what do you think happens? The limit does not exist. That's what it means.
That's what she was teaching that day.
Yep.
Got a haircut.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so what was that page? I'm going to go home and watch me.
Go for it. Now, let me give you an example where something like this would exist. Let's say you had a graph like this, and your graph was something like this, right? And this is still an asymptote, and you're saying that the limit of f of x as x approaches 0, and it's talking about from both sides. Now, are both of these going towards the same spot? Yeah, you could say both of these are going towards infinity, so here the limit would exist. Does this make sense, ladies and gents?
So where's what? Backpack? Oh, it didn't.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and give you some practice problems now. Page 225, 1 through 4, and 19 through 30.
Which one's due today?
All of them?
Yeah, let's go with all of them.
Nah, bro.
Man,
What's wrong with you, Chris?
Shut up, Chris.
Let this kid out of the sky, please.
Look,
Jump in, Cody.